Good morning, family, friends, and fellow home improvement enthusiasts. I'm sharing this with you this morning because some of you have asked, well, what do you do with all your time in Arizona when you're in Gold Canyon and you can't play golf all day, every day? And that's true, I don't. I play about once a week. But so the other times of the day, I have to find things to do, and I wanted to share this with you. As you might know, in the desert it's a very dry heat, and these seasonal homes, when we're not here, can become very warm unless, of course, you wish to pay a lot of money for air conditioning even when you're not there. So if you don't put any air conditioning in your home, the temperatures can rise well into the hundreds, some maybe 120 plus inside the home. What happens is that the sheetrock, particularly in ceilings, begin to crack because of the expansion and contraction. And it's a common problem here, particularly for seasonal homes that are not cooled during the summer. And I needed to find a solution for some cracking that we have in our home. And being a bit of a tightwad and not wishing to professionally get things fixed, I decided to pursue a different route, and that is to use something called styrofoam and to attempt to make it into something that looks like wood. And if I could make enough of this and cover up those seams, which are every 4 feet in a ceiling, I could perhaps solve my problem. And as you can see, this is actually not wood, it's styrofoam. So anyway, I wanted to show you this because in the desert, again, it's very hot and things crack. It's like everything in the desert has sharp things, and they snarl or they sting, and it's a rough environment, including ceilings. I started by purchasing all 3 sheets of 1/2 inch 4x8 of styrofoam insulation from one of the big box stores. Cut them into 4-inch strips, glued them together using a hot glue gun, and prepared to prep them for my paint scheme. Before putting my finish on, I needed to prep the beams so that they might look like wood. To do that, I used a steel brush as well as a wood scraper and roughened the styrofoam up so that it looked very similar to wood grain. Once I had the beams roughed up, I'm prepared now to put on 2 different coats of paint. One was a color close to what natural wood might be, and the next was the color that I wanted the beam to be. And then I used a device that one can buy easily on Amazon that allows a wet paint to be made to look like a wood grain. A project criteria was that I needed to do this project essentially by myself. And that was going to be a difficult proposition, as some of these beams are going to be in excess of 22 feet long. So anyway, I had to devise various contraptions in order to do that, including a way to mount the beam to one wall while I attached it to the other wall. Another decision I'd made is to attach the beams using nothing but construction glue. Of course, that represented certain challenges. I just laid a bead of glue down the middle of each beam and stuck it to the ceiling. Of course, it didn't want to stay there, so I had to devise various ways of keeping the beam there until it could sufficiently dry. This is essentially the project. There were a total of 8 beams, 130 some lineal feet of beams. Most people who look at the room cannot tell that those are not wood beams, but they are indeed styrofoam beams starting out as styrofoam insulation panels. Yeah, thank you for your time, and feel free to share as you wish.